It was a great morning. I was 18 years old. I went out with my uncle. The ocean was literally flat. The sun hadn't risen. The stars were in the sky. And we had early hits as we were trolling for dolphin after going out about 7 miles. And then as the day wore on, it got hot. So I dived into the ocean. Now, I don't know why I did it, but I kind of went deep. I didn't take the right angle. And I went way down. And when I reached the depth of my dive, I looked up and I could see the sun shining through the surface. And for a moment, for the first time in my life, at 18 years old, I realized it was possible for me to die. Before that day, I was invincible. Like a lot of you guys, I was unstoppable. Now, I didn't panic. But I came to this realization that the ocean was not only under me, but it was on top of me. That's what we face. We keep talking about the situation like it's a Democrat-Republican issue. Can it happen in North Carolina? I really want to win in November in District 82, but more than anything, I want to save this nation and the state that I was raised to love, that you and I live in, and that I want my children to enjoy. As long as we keep looking at this as just another election, we do not understand the nature of the big M word that we're not allowed to say on the news, and we don't like to tell our neighbors, which is called Marxism. When we looked at day after day on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, I watch all the stations. What we watched was Marxism. When you don't agree with the Marxist governance of our nation, they will turn the government on you. And it's not just Donald Trump. It's you. What happens when you don't agree at work? What happens when one of our soldiers don't agree in the military? They begin to remove the admirals and the generals. What happens when your child goes to school and wants to say God bless America or stand for the pledge, and all of a sudden the system is turned against them? So yeah, I do talk about the budget and I talk about our taxes because I know what the symptoms of Marxism look like, and what we need is you, your neighbors, your family, to wake up to the fact that we're not facing simply a different vision for an America. We're facing the existential threat to what we call America. And I'm going to tell you something. When I was at the bottom of my dive, I looked up at that and I thought about it, and I came in touch with the fact that I don't have to exist, that I can actually die. I knew I was going to have to swim hard towards the sun. And I did. And I began to move my arms and swim. I'm like a fish. I don't want to brag about that. But I began to swim to the surface from a depth that I am uncertain. And I broke that surface, and I prevailed that day. And I came out of that situation knowing that I could die, and that if I wasn't going to die, it was going to be by my own effort. So I'm telling you that in November, we can die as a nation. Nobody wants to say it. We don't live to fight another round of a Biden or a Democrat administration. That's not the way this works. It's not the way it worked in Cuba. It's not the way it worked in Venezuela. It's not the way it worked in China. It's not the way it's going to work for us either. So I'm asking for your vote and support, not just for me, but for our judges, for our school board, for everybody. Let's win in November. God bless you. My name is Brian. Mm-hmm.